Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love. It's 90-day gate. Let's love. How did I end up here?
You don't know that song. I was singing from Romance.
What's Romance?
It's a musical.
I'm bored.
It's not very good.
Yeah. Well, you could have known that by the title. What do we call this show? Well, it's about romance.
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 It's very 80s. It takes place, one thing is like in the, I want to say the 18th century, and the same couple as in the 20th century.
Oh, God. What movie was like that? There was a movie like that. Somewhere in Time.
But you remember the theme. Was Christopher Reeve in that pre-wheelchair?
Yes, and Medicine Woman. Jane Mansfield.
No.
Hair long. She's got hair like Darcy.
No, Jane. Someone in the Squad is going to tell her. Welcome to 90 Days Gay.
Welcome to 90 Days Gay. Hey, Siri, what's the name of the actor who plays Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman?
Siri will tell us.
I'm not exactly sure. Please wait a moment and try again.
God damn it, Siri. You piece of shit. You know,
that's like an easy question too.
There's more technology than
she's
the
British.
That went to
I can see her.
Seymour.
Yes.
Seymour.
Our listeners are screaming Seymour. Seymour.
You stupid.
I'm sorry.
Idiots.
I'm sorry. You stupid queens. It's Jane Seymour.
Who
was one of the wives of Henry VIII.
Why do you have a box that says meow? Or Mio?
Oh, it was for the scores in trousers. I don't know why it says Mio. Someone just put that in a box. You need to just pay attention to your own self.
There's a lot of things happening.
Don't touch things that aren't yours.
As people commented on our Facebook videos, a lot of people are wondering about the washboard. Why does Jake have a washboard in his living room?
I said, I am Southern, and sometimes everyone needs an accessory that represents who they are. And that segues to a little bit of something we were talking about. Someone on the Sissy Squad asked us, what's the difference between Southern and country?
Okay, let's dive into
One of our listeners, I can't remember who it was, said, Southern people will kind of shade you, but a country person will beat your ass.
Exactly. Like when Angela immediately said, Michael, I'm going to hit you in the face.
And also she jumped out of the car to the Nigerian ruffians.
Yes.
She wanted to...
Which was probably not an intelligent thing to do, since some of them had semi-automatic guns.
No, some of them had guns, and they looked dangerous. She's like, I'll go to jail in Nigeria.
I mean, but that's a country person.
I'll go to jail in Nigeria.
It's like my brother when he tore his ACL, and he was waiting on the side of the football game, and then when we played for the Lone Grove Longhorns, and then there started a fight, and my brother, who just came out of surgery a week later, hobbled his ass to the middle of the football field to try to fight people.
That wasn't a good choice.
That's country.
Southern is, I would say, Southern can describe like design, living. It's a kind of a general, more geographical.
Yeah.
You consider yourself Southern, but you're more...
No, I've said after being in the Deep South some, like when I went to New Orleans, I went, oh, this is the South.
You're more country.
I feel like Oklahoma and Texas, honestly, are more country.
Southern also is a much more, the roots go way, way farther back. Southern also is a style of, is a way of behaving and a way of kind of like politeness.
Mm-hmm. It kind of depends, because Southern people they are often usually more educated, and they should know better, but don't.
Yeah.
But to give it to country people, they just
What you see is what you get.
they don't know any better. So it's kind of like, what's more fucked, the people that don't know better or the people that?
Yeah.
It's like
And a country person will give you the shirt off his or her back.
and a southern person will judge you for being poor and making
That's
wrong choices.
true. I don't know.
And probably not.
I don't know which one I'd rather encounter in the middle of the night.
I think, a country person definitely would let you suck his dick if he was hungry for it, even if he wasn't straight. So I'm going to go with country.
He'd give you the dick off his back.
And you just might get a little deliverance. That's country.
That's a little explanation. This thing goes deep, y'all.
This is deep. This is very deep. By the way, I just want to say for our Southern Charm fans that have come over, we appreciate y'all.
Yeah, now that we're in 90 days
In
territory.
Yes. And, we've got 400 Sissy Squad members. And that's
425 as of today.
That's true. And we've gotten, I bet you by the time this post airs, we are almost at 200 iTunes Apple Podcast reviews, y'all.
Which means we have got to do that music episode
Which
soon.
we're working on it.
We're
y'all.
working on it.
Poodle's doing music director for the High Holy Days. So right now, everything in his life is in the key of minor.
Is Jews and lots of kvetching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And by the way, now and here's the deal.
Adonai Eloheinu.
By the way, I just want to give y'all. We appreciate when people go the extra mile for us and for the show and for their fandom. And y'all, we got to give it up to Mary because she fucking got a cameo and paid $97 for Paul.
But that is the biggest odd job amount Paul has ever received. This is Paul from The Other Way, not the show that we're talking about. But we watched The Other Way because we fucking loved it.
And we do. And y'all, she posted it on our Sissy Squad. So if you're not on our Sissy Squad, it's incredible.
It's disturbing more than anything else. Karini's probably drugged.
She's probably drugged
She's
and wearing
got a pink wig
weird
on.
purple. Remember our friend Sissy used to have
Party
a purple
City,
wig
yeah.
like that?
It's
Party
definitely
City
Party
wig.
City wig.
And he pulls out. Some people thought it was a gun.
Some people thought it was a vest.
A Kevlar vest, but it actually, because I
It's a
know this because
cooling
I was a
vest.
mascot, it's a cooling vest. Because when I was Bruno the Longhorn, it was 97
you were a
degrees.
mascot? I've never heard this story.
Y'all, I was a good Bruno the
I've
Longhorn.
never heard this story.
They still, but I just want to give a shout out.
Please.
But to Amy and to Mary, we appreciate
Thank
y'all.
you guys. We
don't-
love when you share, and we love all the gossip you share.
We don't say last names, but we appreciate
Because
it.
we did, and someone basically said, "Please don't use my name so I don't get stalked."
Yes, it's true. But Mary's last name rhymes with Bastings and begins with an H.
Sorry. She loves to go to Old Country Buffet with her families on Thursday nights.
You're
You
an
can find her
Oklahoma
there.
girl.
You can probably find her there.
Anyway, we should probably jump into
Let's
this.
jump into the show. Let's jump
Okay.
into the show.
Let's jump into the show.
With Miss our first lonely heart, Miss Rebecca.
Zied and Rebecca.
Yeah.
Zied.
Oh, lonely hearts.
So
I mean, I feel sorry for Zied.
I thought when they were in the little market where they were going through, and Rebecca
looked
kept
pretty.
saying, "It did." And Rebecca kept saying, "What's this?" I was like, all of a sudden it turned into, "What's this? What's this? There's magic in the air. What's this? There's Christmas everywhere." From Nightmare Before Christmas, and she's like, "What's this? This is an olive. There's a spice here. Look at these tiny pickles. I've never seen anything like this." And then she says, we don't have olives like this in America. You don't have a nice grocery store
You
then.
don't.
Because you've never been to the Olive Bar.
Pavilions has a really great olive
And
bar.
it's lovely. It's right near the Fancy Cheese, and it's behind the Panda Express.
Boy, y'all, that's the worst thing when your grocery store is a Panda Express.
You have to eat before because you will want Panda Express. And they even offer samples. It is a problem.
It is a problem. When I go shopping when Poodle and I used to be roommates, and I'd shop grocery shopping with him, I would go and look at it, and he would just run past it in the cart. And then
I'd have to.
And then he forbade me from shopping with him anymore at the grocery
You
store.
can't. He's the worst person to shop for because he just buys things. He doesn't make a list. He doesn't do anything. He just randomly. Do you know people like this?
I'm just
They
present.
just go in the store and they just looking around like they're in an amusement park. What if we got this? Look at this.
Y'all, because
You are in the grocery store to do a job. If you get sidetracked, you're like one of those people who are on their phone in the grocery store.
I don't do that.
Fuck
I hate that.
that.
People talking on the phone at the grocery store are horrible.
I have seen people walk all the way around the store, up and down the aisles, on their phone, with their cart, not getting a thing because they can't focus.
And they can't focus. And y'all, if you're talking on your phone and you're on the speakerphone in the grocery store,
You need to process
You're
that.
a horrible person.
You're a horrible person.
You're a horrible, disgusting person.
Anyway,
Look at some
y'all,
things.
but all I'm saying is there are outlets like that in America. That was that.
Sprouts, the new Sprouts has a great olive bar.
Just
Rebecca.
check out the olive bar at your local Winn-Dixie Plus.
Yes, Tom Thumb.
Tom Thumb. Yeah, I bet you there's
H-E-B. Oh, Publix. I love Publix. Wish they had those here.
there. Oh, I love Publix. I guarantee you, she's got a Publix near her that has an olive bar.
Probably.
So
Anyway.
there was the animal hearts that were hanging on a chain, and she's like, "Oh, I'll pass." And Ziad just kind of muttered under his breath, "So good."
So good.
It was so
You could tell
creepy.
he and so what? Another of our fissy fancers, our
Fissy
sissy,
fancers.
our sissy- that sounds like some guy who fucked me once. Fissy fancers.
Fissy fancers.
Our sissy squad members have noticed. Ziad's shirts are very tight. He looks like a blood sausage in there, just poured.
It looked like a Danish ham.
Yes.
Just in that. I also said that he's wearing a color. They're
Oh.
often like electric blue
That
or
tennis ball
this
yellow.
one was yellow, which I've said they don't make that color here.
If he walked by Serena Williams, she'd hit him out of reflex.
I would call it Tweety yellow.
Yes.
And I would throw this out there that Tweety is the only one who can wear it.
Tweety-
So don't think that you can wear that color yellow. Anyone.
Who's probably tied with the gayest cartoon character of all time.
love Tweety.
With Snagglepuss.
However, have you ever noticed how kind of big black gang members have Tweety T-shirts?
Really?
They really love Tweety Bird.
Really?
Yeah, like big tough guys. I think it's like a gang.
I
It's
bet
a
you that
gang
means
thing.
something, and we are totally white and inept to that.
I swear, y'all do some research if you're on the squad. Why, let's say,
Why are there
people
Tweety
who may
Bird?
have like Tweety Bird, especially in, I would say, black culture, and why we see men with Tweety Bird shirts on.
I feel like I've seen it's like Latino gang people too
I've
with Tweety
seen
Bird.
that.
So maybe it's a
may,
gang
maybe
thing.
has something to do.
Because those are usually the
I
guys.
taught I taught a drive-by.
Yeah. I thought I told my life passing me by. Because usually I look at those guys, and those are the Latins guy I want to have sex
Yep.
with.
And they
Yeah.
would gat you in the face.
Oh, please, like you've never done it.
Maybe.
But they're going to meet the sister,
And
y'all.
the sister's making macarona.
Which Rebecca says, he just says the same word 4 times. And then Rebecca says, oh, macaroni.
No, she says pasta.
Pasta. I don't think it is.
Well, when we do get to the sister's house, it is pasta, but it looks like Chef Boyardee.
It does. it looked kind of
but
good, though.
really, but she's making kind of like, which looks
Intricate.
like spanakopita.
Yeah.
Like probably Tunisian with like cheese in phyllo dough, and that looked good.
It looked very
but
good.
the pasta just kind of looked like, okay, it's just tomato sauce with little tiny pasta in it. Chef Boyardee.
I feel like Rebecca needs to go to, like, Toastmasters. She needs to learn how to speak to people in public. Because
I thought
she is horrible at it.
this bitch.
She's bad with his
So,
parents. She's bad with his sister.
you know you're going into unfriendly territory, so you write a complete script for yourself.
Yes.
If I would have met Ziad's family, first of all, we would have done something about that hair beforehand.
It's true.
They would have loved me because I would have come up with the biggest amount of lies to tell them
Yes.
about. What do you love about my brother? I love his kindness. I love the fact that he makes me feel like the only woman in the world. I love can't you come up with something from like Can't Hardly Wait or
Yeah.
some movie
Yeah.
that you've seen?
Or that guy who wrote The Notebook. Just watch those movies.
Right.
There's plenty.
I wrote that you should have scripted the whole fucking thing.
Maybe we're used to doing that with women.
Maybe.
when we were in high school. I love your boobs. They remind me of Liza Minnelli's in Cabaret.
Yeah, if your boyfriend says that to you,
Yeah.
or you're a woman, you need to walk the other way.
Or if they say, if your boyfriend likes to watch Dirty Dancing a lot and says, why don't you wear your hair like Baby? Her hair is so pretty when she dances. He might be a homosexual.
Yeah. Did you do that?
Yeah, I love Dirty Dancing. Brandy Buck, my 5th grade girlfriend.
That is not a real name.
Oh yeah, because we were all jealous of her because she had diabetes and she got to eat sweets in the middle of the class and I'll forget Lacey Worsham, who was a fat girl, was pissed. She's like, why does she get to eat the sweets and I don't get to eat nothing?
Because she has a medical condition.
And then the teacher took that as an opportunity to teach the class about diabetes.
Well, that's lovely.
And then Brandy Buck was really pretty.
That's how country people say diabetes.
She lived in Wilson.
My father calls it sugar diabetes.
Sugar diabetes. But I remember she was my girlfriend in 5th grade. And
how did you have all these girlfriends?
Girls loved the gay guys in elementary.
I didn't have girlfriends, though. I did in junior high.
Well, you were playing the piano a lot. So
that's fair. That's fair.
But I was dirty.
That's fair.
But I had 2 girls fight over me because I was playing we were at Sullivan Park for Lone Grove Days and Brandy.
Wait, there was a whole festival about your town?
Yeah, Lone Grove Days. And so Brandy
celebrating taking the land from the Indians?
Basically, yep. And then even though half of them are Indian. And so Brandy Buck, she dirty danced. They had like a cement kind of, not like our cafetorium at high school. This was more like just an open air arena. And we dirty dance. And then Shawnetta Denny got really angry at me because she wanted to date me and she could not believe that I dirty danced with Brandy Buck. And they got into an argument.
I'm concerned.
And Brandy Buck said, because she just moved here, she said, literally, she's like, people are crazy here. And I think she was probably the only sane one.
Yeah. I'm concerned about the dating in elementary school.
Well, when you're a little gay boy and you love Wonder Woman, you got to sidle up.
How are you allowed?
I didn't tell my parents. Oh, my dad
well,
didn't care.
They were divorced at the time, and they were cheating on each other.
I wonder what Brandy Buck's doing now. Y'all, she got beautiful curly hair.
I want to talk about WeM, which is a really bizarre name. And I wrote, WeM, that's a stone cold bitch.
She is.
I wrote respect.
Respect.
Every time Rebecca would say something to her, she goes,
And she would act like she didn't know English, but then when it was shady shit, suddenly she was fluent.
WeM is fluent in shade.
Fluent in shade.
Oh, my God.
Although, I have to say, when we find out Rebecca has been married
thrice.
3 times.
She was married thrice.
3 times, y'all.
Y'all, if you know anybody in your life who's been married 3 times and they're divorced again, 3 is not a good record.
My parents are on 3 now. I mean, technically it's my mom's 4th, but the second one she was engaged to died.
Did she marry him? She's not married to him.
No, but they're basically married. I mean, but they're not married.
Well, your mother's got some love.
My dad did it, though. But I literally said aloud, damn.
I know 3 times.
But she is not convinced, which I agree that, I'm telling you, I feel like Rebecca is the one catfishing Zied. And she says, I'm realizing that he's making some sacrifices for me.
Yeah, he is doing everything for you. Because he has a whole life there. His only life is there.
How did you feel about when Zied was describing his sister to Rebecca?
She's like, the best person. She's great cook. She's best cook in world.
Best cook in world.
Best cook.
And then didn't he?
She's world best cook.
And didn't he literally say, I love to eat my sister.
I love to eat at my sister. I love to eat her.
They love to.
Sexually.
Gross! She is pretty. I'll give her that.
She is best person.
So she's in there chewing on her cheek, saying,
She
I don't
is.
know, while his sister's just cooking in there.
Next time. So anyway, sister gives her a hard time. They basically say, the sister's like, well, no, how long were you with your ex? No, your ex before your ex.
Yeah. And-
he starts laughing, and then she's literally Carrie from the movie Carrie when the girls are laughing at her. Period.
Oh, I was
She's
reminded
losing
of
her mind.
like Alice in Wonderland when she's at the Mad Hatter tea party and they're all crazy and laughing and she doesn't know what's happening.
That's true. That's what I feel like every time. That's what someone must feel like they're around us.
Oh yes, for sure.
I want to move on to when they're at the really kind of beautiful little bay area.
Smoking
and
the hookah.
They're smoking the hookah. And her question is to Ziad, how old is this place? And his response is, I don't know, but so much.
But so
much. I don't know, but so much. And that is the same answer I give people when they ask me the number of guys that I've slept with. I don't know, but so much.
That's so much.
So much.
Dick. Y'all, somebody just put. I just love when they do. What do they call it?
The fan laugh or the fan scream.
The fan scream. It is like a fan scream.
I guarantee you, when someone tells you how many people they've slept with, and it is under 10, that's probably close.
Mm-hmm.
If it is
like Benjamin's been with 2 people, y'all.
If it is over that, they're lying.
They're lying. They're lying. Mm-hmm.
No one, whether you're whatever, is going to tell you the actual number they've slept with.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't anyway. And also, I don't think it's a really important question. I don't know. Maybe that's me.
I don't think it is.
But I'm a slut, so maybe not the best person to ask.
I mean, they might be asking that when they can't feel anything in your asshole and say, why is it so loose? And you say,
Hello?
I don't know.
Hello? 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 Hi ho! Hi ho! Hi ho! Hi ho! Hi ho!
Like down a well.
Yeah.
I'm wishing for the one I love
Oh,
to
God.
find me. You're gay.
Oh, this
And then
is
Prince
weird.
Charming goes, "You're gay."
We are taking so many digressions
so, boy,
here.
we've got the gay DD.
So
this episode.
anyway,
y'all.
Rebecca's got one more secret, and if you haven't figured it out right now, she's like, it's something that Muslim countries would never, Muslim people from his faith would never accept. We know she's
fucked a chick.
She's licked a little box in her time.
She licked the little box. Look a little like a little.
had some friskies.
What do you feel happened? I feel like she probably was. She's probably playing pool at a bar. She just got off the job doing some detective work, and her partner and her went to the bar to have a drink, and they were playing pool, and her partner said, "I'm gonna go home." And she said, "All right, I'm just gonna rack him up one more time."
A girl named Peg started buying her beers.
Started buying a beer, and all of a sudden on the jukebox we hear Mississippi in the middle of a dry spur.
And Peg takes off. Peg lets her hair down.
Black velvet in that little girl's vagina. Y'all, because Black Velvet is a lesbian song.
And then he walked her to her car, and she walked her to her car, and then bent her down over the probably her. He was probably riding a motorcycle at that time. Peg was, but they had a whirlwind relationship, and she still remembers Peg as the person who gave her the best cunnilingus.
If you please.
And that was that relationship.
Sing.
I painted the whole thing. It probably only lasted like a month.
Exactly. By the way, I've decided, and I've said it before, but it's confirmed. Rebecca is a self-sabotager.
Oh, definitely. But
we
she
said
was trying to get him to break up with her.
She is trying. She is literally telling him something, and then immediately says, "But I don't want you to be upset about this." He might need time to process this, Rebecca. You just told him this,
And then he says, "She's like, you're different. I can tell. I've done something." And he's like, "No." He's like, "You know what? It did upset me, but I understand what he's saying." He's like, "This is not normal. It's not normal. My parent, my never parent, no, never parent,
and
no."
then she said something like, "Of course not. Don't let your parents know who I am." Y'all,
Yeah.
if every girl who fucked around with the girl told No, people don't do that.
About 60% of the country would be bisexual.
Yeah, we know some of y'all listening that grew up in Arkansas on a humid night. Sometimes you just had to make means. You had to get your stuff done, and we appreciate that. We love everybody here.
Humidity makes everyone bisexual.
Humidity makes people horny. That's
It's
proven.
true. It's
That's
true.
proven. That's why everybody's got so many kids in the South.
Anyway, so Ziet's kind of okay with it. And we kind of wind up where they're kind of okay.
Mark my words, there's going to be something else because she has a horrible relationship with her father, I bet.
Yeah.
And she just can't let anybody love her.
And she hasn't told him about that she's still, as she says, technically married. Honey, you're married still.
You're married.
And so that would mean he would be an adulterer and he would lose his mind probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's all I've got
I
about
hope when
Miss
she tells him
Rebecca.
that, he breaks up with her, honestly.
I agree. I feel like it seems like she could have gotten that, even if he won't comply, she could have gotten divorced from him.
Zia,
I don't understand.
Yeah, you're too good for her.
I agree.
Yeah. Anyway.
Even though he looks like a blood sausage.
Speaking of somebody who looks like a blood sausage, let's talk about Angela. Y'all, Angela! We had another sissy squad. I don't know if I'm going to say her name, but she bravely posted that she has the same pants as Angela. And y'all, that is...
They were, but she did color coordinate them.
She looked much better, but that's bravery.
I laughed so much, I threw my phone down. And she was so brave to post that.
So brave.
I love that.
Y'all
And she
were
looked
supportive
good,
of her. She did look good, but I laughed for 5 minutes about that.
Angela does love a good flared pant.
She does.
Usually they're very thin. Also, Angela probably hasn't worn sleeves in a long time.
No, it's too hot.
It's too
Why
hot.
would you do that?
Yeah.
She just wears like a shawl thing, like
You can
for
always
weddings.
see her bra. She's one of those ladies.
Yeah,
You can
mhm.
always
It's
see
all-
her
and
bra.
it never matches.
Um,
Anyway, Angela's done because she's mad at Michael for lying to her. I still don't really feel like Angela has a right to be mad. I don't know.
you
What do
mean
you
with the
think?
girl who was in the very back of the photo?
But I guess Michael has cheated before because he got the
Yeah.
blowjob. So I guess when I think about that,
I got club and BJ.
I got club and BJ.
I
Any
think-
lie's a lie.
So now and she probably has a lot of triggers around lies because I think she's been lied to by men before.
I think she's been lied to a lot. Y'all, I bet Angela's been married 3 times too, or more.
Yeah, Angela's been married a
And
lot.
she's been to the cotton patch several times.
I just like it when she's talking about she's been lied. She says words like, "He's lying to me. He coaxed me," and I said, for some reason I wrote, and she would say, "He's hornswoggled me," because I feel like Angela would say the word hornswoggled.
Yes, it literally
I've been hornswoggled.
It's literally as if it's like he's a trapper and she's a little, just a poor little fox who doesn't know any better.
Your phone,
So
your phone fell
my
on
phone
you.
just fell on me. Scared me.
Anyway, so Michael, there was a girl way back in the photo. She even says, "I don't like him around women."
Around women.
Oh, well, then that means he needs to run from.
again. He lied the first time, and I'm done with it.
He needs to stay away from 51% of the population.
You know,
then.
that's the way my dad talks about stuff. When he gets pissed off, he'll say, "I'm done with the bitch."
And then what happens?
Then he marries her. Anyway.
Can we talk about? So she rents a black SUV.
Yeah, it's like, I rented a black SUV. Suddenly, that was very descriptive,
I know.
Angela.
I just like the idea, and then he's coming back to get her.
And he is not going to give up,
No,
y'all.
and I kind of feel sorry for Michael at this point because
Well,
he's going back.
I don't yet because
I kind of do.
Because he first tries to woo her back with the Coca-Cola.
And you know what? I said this is the first time she's ever refused a Coca-Cola.
It's true. You
A
know what?
Coca-Cola.
I bet you if he had a Dr. Pepper, she would have
Should've
thought
grabbed
about it. Or a Big Red.
The image of her
Mountain
sitting
Dew.
at that hotel bar with the beer smoking was one of the funniest
Was one of the
things.
best. Whereas our friend Liz Asti says, often drinks that are bigger than your head.
Yes.
That beer was huge.
Yeah, she's got a 16-ouncer.
She does. And then, but I want to say, I did see a moment of, Angela, you might want to process that. When Angela said, all he does is escalate my anger. And I wanted to say, that
She's
might be
got anger
you.
issues.
Have you noticed that when Southern people who are not really educated, but Southern people, when they get really angry, they use more SAT words for themselves when they're angry.
Yeah, they're
than
trying to. They're thinking of all the big words they know to make themselves
escalate my anger.
Speaking of vocabulary words, I love Michael's vocabulary. You knew he was taught by British people because he would say things like, "I know we will tussle again before we leave."
He does say
and
tussle.
then he said, "She would not give me audience." Like it's in Shakespeare. I love that. I know Michael may be a cheater, but I kind of love him.
Shall we dance?
I kind of love him.
I think he is probably a cheater, but I don't think he.
Although he did get to be Jay.
I think he has less hang-ups than Angela does. That's for sure.
I would agree. I liked it when Michael's still trying to get Angela, and she's walking to the room with a purse, a bag, and a 16-ounce beer, with walking really determined. And I'm like, that's not a combination you want to fuck with.
No. Y'all, we just send that into Syria. The war would
Do
be
not
over.
approach.
The war would be over in seconds. Avery'd be able to have her happy ever after.
Avery would be fine.
She'd be fine on that.
So
So she goes to the room and she kicks all of his shit out. I mean,
and just even opens the suitcase.
she left all the sex toys for her, though. Did you notice the handcuffs weren't in there?
Nope.
I
She
didn't
kept
see
those.
any body paint.
She kept those.
And then we go to bed, and then next day we get a shot of the Lagos Travel Inn. That's where it said it. That tickled me so much. The Lagos
Yo,
Travel
there's a
Inn.
travel inn in every city. There's also one of our, I think Robin on our Sissy squad pointed out what zit's it, or that's it.
That's it.
which bothered her. And then someone, was it Jackie, I believe, commented, "Oh, it's a restaurant. I found it." So everyone else
Y'all.
was concerned. And there was another girl who said, "Y'all go deep."
That's true. Jackie Weissman is a detective, and a much better one than Rebecca. Mind you.
I think Rebecca.
Jackie, you should go into business for that. You'd be good at it.
So anyway, so Angela's got
Angela
on with
wakes
her
up
pair
the
of-
next day, and Poodle, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Where do dignified Southern women go to bitch about men?
The hair salon.
And that's what she
That's
did.
what she did. She got braids. A white woman getting braids. And for some reason, when she's finished, they look awful.
Because then she puts her hair up again. I'm like, why did you put your hair up?
She only braided the mohawk part.
That's it.
It was disturbing.
Y'all, that hairdresser woman, that salon owner,
She
was a ride or
wasn't
die
playing.
friend.
Yeah.
Ride or Mike, and then I think we're going to talk about what everybody wants us to talk about. I feel like we're going to have a strong tea, give me strong tea with quote and quotables. I'll let you
So
poodle.
Michael walks up, and he's got a cake with him, and she sees that I feel like he is manipulating me with that cake. I feel like he is going to manipulate me with that cake. I will not be swindled by cake.
I will not be swindled by cake.
I think that's the best quote so far this season. Now, we know as former two Southern ladies like us, we know we like our cake.
Y'all,
I have been swindled by cake on many an occasion.
Poodle loves cake more than anybody
I
I've
love
ever
cake
made.
so much.
It is
Like,
your
I
weakness.
love pie, but I love cake
If it's
so much.
Y'all, if it's a lemon curd cake, he's gonna suck your dick.
I'm gonna eat the whole thing, and I just
In
stare
private.
at a cake like it's a rare element. I can't get enough of it. It's a wonderful thing, cake. I understand why Angela would make up with him.
Your mother or your father didn't let you have
I was
cake.
never allowed to have cake.
Never. And
That's
look what
why.
it did.
Yep, it gave me an unquenchable lust for it.
And that's
I love cake.
That's the same way with dick.
Yep. Strange how that works. Then so she does get her hair braided. She walks
She does.
she walks out of there. And we know she's got the cake and she's holding it. When she's starting to do that, we all know she's going to put the cake in his face.
Yeah.
That was a PA's idea. That was not her idea because that bitch would have eaten it after he left.
I put the saddest part about this is no one ate the cake.
Someone left a cake out in the rain, y'all. Well, no rain because it doesn't rain in
In a
Nigeria.
car. Sitting on a hood of a car. Just
And that
sad.
did some bad stuff for that car's paint job.
It's true. And
My mother always said, "You better get all the soap off of my car. It's going to ruin the paint."
It's true. This is when I felt sad for Michael. I was like, you know what? Actually, because I'm just going to call it a little bit. I know we're laughing at it, but Angela's abusive, y'all.
He is. She is.
She's very physically abusive to him. And honestly, Michael, if he rides this, he could marry her, move to USA, get his citizen, and then leave her for abusive, and he would win.
He would win. Because the judge would
Well,
go,
not maybe in the South. Maybe you need to move to New York to do that case, Michael.
They would say, "You're black. Get in jail for 30
jail.
years."
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's
Anyway,
all I
y'all.
have for Miss Angela.
Well, speaking of interracial love,
We have Benjamin, a.k.a. the kid with the glasses from The Sandlot, grown up. The one who was obsessed with
Yes.
boobs?
Yes.
Who do they call
Yes.
him? Specs? Am I making
think-
that up?
I don't never watched that show because it was
It was
about
a movie.
But it was about sports. I was not interested.
It's a great movie.
My dad liked it, but I didn't know.
Anyway,
I
the
think that's
kid
where they had
from
that pitch called the heater.
I don't remember that far. All I know is he tried to drown himself in the pool, and the
Well,
hot
that's
bodyguard, it's not sad. The hot bodyguard girl
Oh,
grabbed
I
him and
remember
kissed
that.
him, and he Frenched her.
Oh,
And
are
they-
you sure that's the Sandlot?
That's The Sandlot.
That's a good movie. That's a good movie.
I love that turnaround you
I
made.
thought that was Stand By Me.
No, that's Stephen King.
That's a good movie too.
Anyway, that's what the kid looked like. I'm glad that this
we should do movie reviews.
that this was a teaching moment
We
for
should
you.
do a show of movie reviews.
No, we
We
shouldn't.
would be good.
No, we
could
shouldn't.
review Hustlers.
No. It's gotten good reviews
Oh, I
so
want
far.
to see Lily Reinhart.
Um,
How do you feel about the Downton Abbey movie? I feel like it was done the last time. I don't think it's going to be good.
I love Downton Abbey. Don't get me
I do
wrong.
too.
But they're trying to give closure, and I don't think it's
We already
necessary.
had it.
Yeah, we already had it. So
Anyway,
we move on. So Fidel, Akini's brother, is basically telling Benjamin he did something wrong, and you need to figure out what that is,
Figure
which
out.
is scary to hear.
it is scary.
And I went, "You did something wrong. You flew to Kenya."
Yeah. That's what you did wrong.
Yeah, I think it was a bad choice.
You know the way you marry a woman from Kenya? You sneak her out in the middle of the night from her family.
Amen.
And you get her out
What
of
a fucking that's one thing I wrote. Wow, this is the real part of the show. How patriarchal cultures like this one, we have to respect what they're doing, but that's really hard.
It's very hard.
We take so much for granted what women have here. Women can. It's not even a question if women can go to school.
I actually
Not even a
don't
question.
enjoy, and I did at first because I thought they liked one another. I'm not enjoying watching them right now because
It's really
hard for me.
uncomfortable.
It's really uncomfortable, and especially when he's trying to get her to talk to him, and she doesn't want to talk. And Benjamin
Because she feels
says,
shame.
"Yeah," and Benjamin says, "Well, communication is an issue, and we need to talk." And I literally put in all caps, "She can't talk because she literally doesn't have a fucking voice in this society."
Yep.
And that is why it is hard to talk about things when you
Yeah.
know your voice is not
Yep.
heard, appreciated. No one gives a fuck.
I just want to hug her, to be
I do
honest.
too. I feel like the saddest for
she
her out of
seems
all this.
really sweet, and
Because Benjamin gets to go back to his white privileged life in the United States
as an assistant principal.
as an assistant principal.
I think he works at some tech company. Anyway,
I thought he works at the church.
maybe he does. I can't remember. So
I mean, that's kind of all that happened on the end.
no, there was a moment. There was one moment when Benjamin is by himself.
I knew you were going to do this.
And I want to make a announcement right now.
Oh, God.
I'm quitting voice work for good because I cannot be a party to what was just done on my television.
You know, he was singing for the Lord. The Lord thinks everybody's voice is beautiful.
I can't. I refuse to do this anymore. I can't be complicit in putting singing out in the world if that's going to be called singing.
But Jesus loves it. He was singing about
Nope.
Christ's blood.
Jesus is a bitchy queen who said, "You're flat." Can we talk about the song, too? I also liked it when one of our Sissy Squad members put it, he's reading his Babel, which that's what he sounded like.
It does. It's a vaccine.
His Bible. So he's reading which is not a Bible, it's a hymnal. Because it's got actual notes in it.
It does.
And he's like, I turned to the Bible. He's singing the song, Nothing But the Blood of Jesus, which a lot of Protestant denominations have this weird obsession with blood.
I remember being asked that because I was Catholic and my friend Crystal
with
Godfrey
Jesus' blood.
took me to her church.
It's a big deal.
And the youth pastor said, "Have you been washed in the blood?"
There's
And I went, "That's
there's
weird."
an obsession with it. And it's not, and I know, yes, the communion, that Jesus' blood becomes that, but it's this idea of bathing in his blood and drinking a fountain of his blood.
I mean,
or this there is a real blood obsession.
as long as you're not judging anybody, you talk about it how you want. But I thought it was.
Anyway,
It scared me.
It's it's some of the worst singing I've ever heard on television.
Well, I feel like
It's
that's
very
gonna.
disturbing.
I feel like that's going to be nothing compared to what this is. A little fast forward, but what we're going to see next week. I feel like Akini's father is crazy.
Yeah,
religious.
Baba Akini.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't have a lot of hope for them. Sadly.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Unless she runs away in the middle of the night.
Speaking of someone I don't have a lot of hope for.
Okay, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go down a banging it with my handsome British man. Let me narrate what's going on. Let me tell you everything what's happening. Sorry, I choked on a hairball, but it wasn't my hair. Wait, there's a cat on my head. Sorry.
Sorry.
What? There's Garfield. I thought he retired, but apparently there he was the whole time.
So Darcy, of course, they're in.
Yeah.
Darcy, they're going to go meet Stacy and her boyfriend Florian, which I'm going to call him the first time because he's definitely a Florian, not Florian. Florian. Yeah. So
Who they show a picture of his abs. He's quite buff.
he's quite buff.
But his face isn't that cute. But
He's very Eastern European looking.
does he? Oh, wise one who has the sight.
No.
No. By the way, who comment? Nobody let us know. One of our Sissy Squad members posted pictures of her boyfriends, ex-boyfriends, and we commented if they had big dick face or not, and she never let us know.
And my comment was, it is between 7 inches and splitting you in half.
That bald one.
Uh-huh.
The bald one's huge. The
Yep.
dreads, it's normal.
Yeah.
But anyway, I forgot who that was. Come at us. We want to know.
So-
Inquiring minds.
Darcy's bringing down her obscenely oversized suitcase.
Yes, for like a
Um,
weekend trip. But it's
A DKN with a DKNY label in the front. And Tom yells up the stairs, I'm so sorry I can't help you. My ankle is swollen. And then it flashes to his cane.
yes.
Like Mr. Peanut.
It's true. He is like Mr. Peanut.
So now he's got a cane. I repeat, a cane.
I want to talk about Darcy's house shoes when she's flying. Y'all,
I noticed these too.
put on, if you want to be comfortable, just wear some
Liz
Nikes.
Asti has a real problem with this shit.
She literally has a blog called Those Traveling Clothes You're Wearing.
Yes. Are those
And
traveling clothes you're wearing?
Which, by the way, y'all, spoiler alert, if you enjoy the sound of music or if you enjoy gay men singing, you might want to follow Jake and myself, probably me because I'm better at posting than him. Follow me at @TheMattMar on Instagram because we're going to the Sound of Music sing-along on
we should
Saturday.
film a lot of it.
And we're gonna film it. We get drunk on wine and sing like ladies.
Y'all, it's a good time. If
Hey.
y'all are around the area, there's probably not a lot of tickets left. But
No.
let us know and we'll meet up with you.
Actually, I won't be drinking because I'm not going to drink till October.
That's gonna have to change. Nope, that's never gonna work. Yep, that's not gonna fly. I'll give you an IV with it. I'll force feed y'all if I need to.
Fine. By the way, does anybody think Darcy mentions her ex-boyfriend meeting her sister? I realized who her boyfriend
Jesse.
Jesse looks like. Doesn't he look like Willem the drag queen, but out of drag?
Yes, he kind of does.
He looks like Willem.
He's a combination of Willem and Alexander Skarsgård. To
The
me.
body of that, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some BDF for you.
Yeah.
He's like 6'6".
He's got to have it.
You know.
Got to have it. She's got to have it.
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. That's your head hitting the headboard. And you know what? And that's when you're singing to the hymnal, washed in the blood for that shit too.
I'd sing. I'd bathe in that shit.
It's true.
So we
Just as I am, tossed about.
that may have been the most disgusting thing we've ever done.
I love that hymn.
You just said you used to use the hymn of the Billy Graham Crusade, the invitation hymn to get saved, and referred to being someone.
I'm sorry.
Being fucked by a big dick.
I forgot. I didn't know that's what it was for, y'all. I'm Catholic, so if I offended you, I'm sorry. I just love. I just love that hymn.
I'm still a little shocked by that, and y'all, it takes a lot to shock me.
Go ahead.
Anyway, boy. Whoo!
Sorry.
Anyway, so
Pretty hymn.
Darcy's like our first trip together, and so she's photographing it all, and I wrote down she's a living Instagram post. Even
She
what
is.
she's saying, she's like #goals. Everything is like, oh, the light's better here. It's a real problem.
Well, the problem is, if we're talking,
And
y'all,
he's like, can you stop recording?
which again, this might be a red flag, as we've said, or this is a red flag, and you might want to process that, Darcy, because the reason why she's saying this aloud, y'all, is because she can't validate herself.
That's true.
That's sad.
So
So they fly to Albania, and then her sister's late as fuck.
our sisters. So what do you think? Wouldn't you just leave if someone was more than 40 minutes late? You would think something went wrong.
Depending on if I was hungry, I would just eat and drink.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Do you think her sister meant to do that? It had to.
That's a good question.
Because
She didn't explain.
I do feel like Stacy is setting herself up in this as she's the good sister, and that. But I guarantee you that there has been stuff in their past where Stacy probably has goaded her sister.
I agree. Yeah, Stacy holds she probably it's very
She was probably 2 minutes born first.
yeah, and she's always needling her to get some kind of reaction out of her.
Yeah.
I wrote,
And then when she gets a reaction, she's like, "I don't understand this."
yeah. So they do show up. Now,
Finally.
let's talk about Florian.
Leon.
So, Florian looks frail, y'all. Like he's a Holocaust survivor.
He's very
thin. She's like holding onto his arm as he comes in, but it looks like she's holding him up. Like, I'm concerned
he's
about
a personal
Florian.
trainer. He has to be thin.
You would think his arm would break off if he. I wrote his facial wasting.
Maybe he's buffer on Instagram.
I don't know. It
look.
was. Then the first thing they said, and Tom issued a non-apology to them and saying, and don't worry, I'm not mad that I've been waiting for 9 hours. And everyone was like,
She's a bitch.
okay.
She is a bitch. Okay, I don't think I found Florian, but I found some guy named Florian who's #big nasty on Instagram.
I
and
don't think that's
he's
him.
Gay.
I don't think that's him. Let's
he gay?
let's look some other time.
Wow. Okay, no.
So they're talking about the outfits that they're wearing, and Tom talks about Stacy's outfit. He's like, "You're very nice." He never says you're very pretty. He says you're very put together.
Yes.
It's such a gay response. And she's like, "Yeah, I have the same outfit." And she's like, "It kind of upsets me that I don't get to wear it for you now.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
in
I don't get to wear
style."
you." And Florian's like, in a very high voice, "One day you can wear it together."
I know, because I'm wondering.
One day you can wear it together.
Because are they
One
thinking
day.
they're going to fuck some twins chicks here?
One day you can wear it together. It's
He
a
did say
weird
it
thing
like
to
that.
say. It's a very high voice.
By the way,
I have a high voice.
someone got their lips done, and it's not Darcy from the last time we saw her.
Her and her lashes, too, were laughable.
Stacy's lips are huge.
I posted something on our Sissy Squad, but unfortunately, Stacy was filmed entirely in front of a wall made of corn.
Oh, I don't understand that. There's just corn wall.
It's just an entire wall made up of corn cobs and corn.
I thought it was a segment
no
of Hee Haw.
explanation. Could the restaurant serve corn?
Maybe.
But I've never seen that much corn in decorating since Halloween.
Is there a lot of corn in Albania?
I don't. That's a very good
It
question.
did look very Halloween-y.
It was an entire wall built of corn cobs, corn.
Corn, y'all.
Yeah. Anyway, Stacy looks puffed and tucked
She does.
appropriately. She's had some more stuff done.
And really, so then Tom and Florian go and have a cigarette.
Yeah, and they're still in front of the wall of corn.
And the girls have this weird conversation of, I mean, I agree Stacy is right where she says Darcy basically wants her relationship to be like her sister's, but they've been dating for 5 years.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
And she just keeps trying to one-up her in the worst way possible.
Which Poodle can understand because he did that with his brother.
Yeah, we have
You
that
were
relationship.
if you had a twin, you would kill them in the night.
I would have eaten them in the womb. I would have absorbed them. Even as a fetus, I would have known who I was competing with. And I would have had like an extra eye in the back somewhere.
You would have.
And someone said, "What's that?" "That's just my twin I absorbed in the womb."
In the womb.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking at you.
The next day,
I mean, let's basically just get to the end where basically
Yeah.
Darcy
We're at
starts
the bridge.
crying. We're at the bridge.
Darcy starts crying.
There's a lot of drone footage.
Yeah, there are a lot of drones. The proposal bridge, and Darcy's like, if he proposes, I will say
I
yes.
would say yes
The chance of that happening is nil.
Yeah. Not going to happen. And then, but then I didn't really. Did you feel like Darcy shit on Stacy's moment or no? I didn't get that. Stacy just all of a sudden said,
I don't feel like you're happy for me, Darcy.
She said that. She's like, I'm happy you're engaged. It's a blessing. She did say it that way. It's a blessing. And it's the kind of same way that my mother would say to us, to my father, yeah, I'm just going to be a joy to be around today.
Your mother says that?
Yes, when she's in a bad mood. And my father was like, can we all just get in a good mood? She's like, yeah, I'm going to be perfect. Lovely. That was exactly what happened. And then Florian chimed in with, everyone be good.
Everyone be good. You know why?
Everything be good here now. Everything be good.
Because Florian still thinks he's going to fuck both girls and maybe get a reach around from Tom. But nothing kills a guy's boner like twins fighting.
I think Florian that she's with him and maybe he looks so weak because they're taking tissue out of him and putting it into Stacy. All of his fillers are coming from Florian.
That's
it's like
it.
She's a plastic surgery vampire.
Yeah. It's
Like she's taking. He's like, no more. I cannot.
No
more.
more.
I cannot no more. No today.
I'm hungry.
My lips need to be bigger.
So that's why Florian looks like he does.
It's true.
Anyway, I thought this whole thing. I did enjoy both the boys kind of lifting their girls onto that, and Florian kind of held her up pretty well.
He's a physical trainer.
But then Tom held Darcy, and you basically saw her panties.
Lord, lift us up where we belong.
It was not that.
It
Anyway,
was not.
this is going to continue on the train wreck it's on. That's all I have about her.
Our next Lonely Heart. I don't have that much about him because not really that much happened.
Tim.
Oh, no, I was going to say Caesar's next.
Wait. Oh, is Caesar next?
Caesar's next, yeah.
Oh, Caesar.
Oh,
All right.
Great.
Well, Maria, are you there?
Hello, I'm here.
I want you on the plane.
I canceled. I told you you canceled.
What do you mean? This is my emotional voice, by the way.
No, I could not make. Let's get vodka.
I hear someone. I hear someone in the background.
No, that's the airport.
And Maria, why does your voice always sound like you have just woken up or come out of a coma every time I call you?
It's because I am so tired. I'm tired of this. I am tired. No more.
Does that mean we are over? Does that mean that?
It is
Malia?
over.
But how will I tell?
After you send me $500.
Okay, I'm gonna work harder.
Okay, I just got the Venmo, so now it is over.
And just one more thing. Daddy likes vanilla cream. And this is what Daddy does.
Scene.
Y'all,
That was how it went. So
That's
this whole
basically all you need to know.
chapter, y'all, is over.
well, we think.
I kept wondering, why did she go through? Why did she say she wanted to go through Mexico? She could have kept catfishing him and say, "No, I can't get out." Why did she agree?
I don't know.
It's very strange.
I don't know. And maybe some people think they're recreating this. Maybe they want to go to
I
Mexico.
think there's something fishy about this. My biggest a concern for extreme sadness was, and I wrote, is there anything sadder ever than random lotions and edible underwear just being left on the bed, not being used? Because they're just saying, "Oh well, guess some Russian lady who's kind of reluctant to wear me doesn't get to do that anymore."
I thought I'd be sandwiched in between two vulva lips, but I guess not today.
I don't get to fulfill my edible underwear destiny. Ho hum. Because
I guess I'll just dissolve into cornstarch.
Because there's nothing worse than seeing edible underwear not be used.
It was very sad, but I'm going to have to say something, and this might sound controversial, but
God.
if he was reenacting this, and I'm going to use a line that Poodle has used as a qualifier for people, Caesar is the Meryl Streep of reality TV acting.
I've got to go with you there. If this was being recreated, I was thoroughly impressed.
He cries like Deidre Hall.
He does.
He is a beautiful
He's
crier.
not Viola Davis level of snot crying.
No, but Deidre Hall, where she was
Yeah.
like, "Are you sad?" And then just one tear fell down, and he said, "Yeah."
It was pretty compelling.
That was basically it.
There was one thing that Maria said that kind of disturbed me. Somewhere in the next life, we will meet, possibly. And it almost was like meaning she was going to tell him to drink poison. She was going to as
True.
well, like
Yeah,
Romeo and
maybe.
Juliet. It was creepy.
Mark my words, she'll be back.
I hope so.
She'll be back.
Anyway, I didn't have a lot to say about her.
No, I'm
him.
done. We can
Yeah.
move on there to.
Now we move
There wasn't
on.
much with a lot of other people, actually.
Now we move on to our boy Tim.
Our next lonely heart is
Chester
Timothy.
Cheetah.
Timothy.
Yeah.
You're just so cheesy.
He's there with his he's wearing his dog tags, wearing it over his shirt, which is normal because you normally wear them over your under that, and your sunglasses are kind of coated underneath your dog tags, and he got his embroidered Jordache on.
He does have Jordache on. But he looks more attractive with the hat on backwards.
I agree, because we don't see that ugly Eddie Munster hair.
Yes, he looks
It's
so
awful.
much better with it. He kind of has pretty eyes.
He does, but they're still so wide set, like Grumpy Cat, like we've been posting on our Sissy Squad.
It's true.
We still haven't hit it. He is like Baby Grinch plus Grumpy Cat plus something else. We will find it. He is not a normal human being. He does not look normal.
Well,
He has weird proportions.
something that's not normal is that he doesn't let women go in his life. He doesn't let.
Yeah,
Tim, you got to learn to cut cords. honey.
I you know what? I should not have got that text. I should not, and I will not respond. And for that, I'm very sorry.
And so Yennefer is like, fine team.
Find him,
And
and
so
then
I think Yennefer's being very nice about
I
the whole
think
thing.
she is, and I actually thought he did give her a very nice, sincere apology.
They might wind up staying together. They might wind up okay.
Yeah, because she's in it for love, for
Yeah,
sure.
I think she is.
I was kidding. No, she's not. She just wants the fucking green card.
That's probably, and she wants for her daughter.
And she's, mark my words, I hope they do 90 Day Fiancé because she's going to marry him thinking he's rich and she's going to go back to North Carolina and she's going to be
What is this,
pissed.
Charlotte? What is
Yeah.
this, Charlotte?
What
I
is
don't
this
know.
house? You only have one floor? We have multiple floors in Colombia.
We do get on the, what is that thing called? The funicular. Funicular.
Yeah.
I just pulled that out of nowhere. And he's scared of heights.
He is.
Again, really showing up.
Tim.
And he kept saying there's not been a good time to kiss her. There's been like 2 days, maybe when you slept in the same bed with her.
You know,
I thought he was going to do it on this episode, and he didn't.
I'm going to just give everybody a window. I just want
no.
everybody to travel back in time. Do you know who is scared of kissing girls? We were. And
It's true.
How old were you when you had your first kiss with a girl?
17.
17?
Yeah.
Boy, you were real scared.
Yeah.
I was 13. My brother pressured me. Did
Well,
it on
I
a
didn't have- I
dare.
didn't have an older brother.
Lene Beard. But anyway.
Yeah, beard.
But still, I was terrified. My girlfriend before Lene, Stephanie, broke up with me because I didn't kiss her. We're still real good friends, though, now. She loves me. I love her, too. Her kids are beautiful.
Y'all,
So, she left that shitty husband.
If someone says your kids are beautiful to you and they're a male, they're homosexual.
They're homosexual. Y'all, because our sissy squad, first of all, our sissy squad is pretty. And they have cute
They are.
kids.
They're very
but
pretty.
Y'all are beautiful women who take care of yourself. And some straight men. And then a couple of gay,
Couple
thirsty,
of gay guys.
dick pigs like us. You're in there, too. And y'all look beautiful.
We love you. Should we move on to our final Lonely Heart?
Oh, I only have
sorry,
one
about
thing
Tim?
about Yennefer.
Yennefer?
One thing. Yennefer said in her broken English, but she basically said maybe that me and him come from broken past, and that's why we are scraped and can't love one another.
Scraped?
She said like scraped or scrapped.
Okay.
And I thought, that's fucking deep
It
and
is.
honest.
That is very true. She said she's had guys who didn't treat her well.
That made me have empathy for her, not
Oh,
think she's totally just using him.
I don't know if she. I don't know.
Maybe she doesn't.
I find there's a little bit of something in her.
Well, speaking of a couple that...
Sorry, there's a fucking ambulance outside.
I hope you're saving somebody.
They can just turn down the volume of those.
Speaking of people that I probably do think they're in love, or speaking of something inside of them.
Speaking of
Omar-
Stockholm Syndrome.
Omar could be inside a poodle, as Poodle's mentioned many a
Oh,
time.
I think he's hot. That catfish mustache I do not like. His hair's not good, but I guarantee you there's something down there between his legs that
you
gonna
would make
like.
him look really cute after like a couple of weeks.
Yep.
You just give him a makeover.
I'd like Henry Higgins, that fucker.
You would.
Mm-hmm. We get it. His teeth are a little. I think his teeth are veneered too much because he's a fucking periodontist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm still not sure about his intentions. But I think he's hot. He's my type.
So, at first I thought they were in love, but the more I'm kind of like, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
And then we had a little spoiler on the
little
squad.
spoiler that
We're not
they've
going to
been-
talk about it here.
That's true. Thank you.
I don't want to spoil it for people.
Okay.
But if you're in the City Squad, there was a big spoiler about Avery and Omar that kind of, I will just say, makes you doubt intentions.
Yeah. So Omar and they're talking about writing Avery's name in Arabic, and they're having a nice time. And Terry's like, "I'm sorry to break up the party, but I'm really tired."
That's exactly what your mother would have done. In fact, Jake has actually
That's
done
what
that.
everyone's fat sister says. I'm sorry to break up the party.
Mm-hmm.
You means get out because I'm tired. I need to put on my headgear.
Your sister named Vanita. I'm tired,
So-
y'all.
And I was saying, and then Terry starts to keep it real, saying, "You know what? He got you here. He got you here. He may have catfished a girl," and I kind of loved it. She was.
But is this appropriate to do the night before your daughter's
It's not.
wedding?
I would say. I would say the same
Like,
thing.
She had
Yes.
a lot of time to do this.
Well, this was the time it was filmed.
Well, that's true. Or maybe she'd done this before, but this was like her last plea.
Exactly. I don't doubt her intention at all, because she's saying, look at. She was like, I don't even think you realize what's going on. And I agree.
Oh,
Avery's
I agree.
19. She's like, stop it. I don't know.
Stop it. We can move anywhere. He'll be a periodontist. Like, he can
I
move
don't think
wherever.
that's true.
No, it's not true. She doesn't know what the fuck
That's
she's
the
talking
third
about.
fucking ambulance.
That popo better be getting somebody.
Anyway, so then she's like, I'm going to go tell Omar that we're not going to go back to America. She knocks on his door, and he's like, he's not there. Because Omar's out at the fucking strip club.
Cut to some PA sitting on the steps going, fuck, I'm in the shot.
Y'all, I do think Omar has good intentions, but he's trying to get to America. He really is.
Y'all, he lives in Syria. Wouldn't you too?
I'd do anything
I would too.
not to be in Syria.
It's true.
That's about all I got.
But Terry was right when she was like, what is the rush? And you know what the rush is for them to get married? Because they want to fuck. Because Avery wants to fuck.
True.
She's trying to act like she's Miss Goody Two-Shoes, but y'all,
Avery wants to fuck where it's okay with her
she
religion.
wants that D.
She's D crazy, y'all. She a dick pig, but two
She
people I
is.
know.
Beep, beep. Bad girl. Beep, beep.
Dick pigs.
Talking about
Lots
the
of dick pigs. Anyway, that's all.
Talking about dick, pig.
That's all I've got.
That's all you've got. Well,
So we can wrap up with our
Y'all.
Straight People Be Crazy.
straight people. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that segment. Do you
glad
have something already?
I do.
Why don't you go
it's
ahead?
more of an
and I'll-
ender, but that's fine.
Boy, I'm glad that you've planned out the show and you're just not telling. Oh,
well-
I know what my straight people be crazy
I
is.
knew it would happen.
And y'all, be sure to, this is a segue, be sure to follow us on our social medias. You can follow Jake at Jake It or Fake It.
At Jake It or Fake It.
On Instagram and Twitter. And you can follow me at VMatMar, 2 T's, 2 R's. Because my Straight People Be Crazy is what I posted on Instagram. And that is the picture I posted on our Sissy Squad of Darcy's fucking extensions. That's some
They're bad.
crazy ass
It's
shit.
like ragdoll shit.
And
It's
then
bad.
someone on our squad posted a video of Cousin It. So then I combined the pictures and put it on my Instagram. And it made me
Another
laugh for a long
ambulance.
time.
What's happening?
I don't
Are
know.
the LA riots happening again?
It's not ambulance, it's police.
Oh. Mine is this is Straight People Be Crazy. This is more about me than anything else. But Straight People Be
Great.
Crazy, if you would ever use a cake to put in someone's face instead of eating it with your hands in the dark. Because I would eat that thing. I would have, even if it had gone to his face, I would have eaten it.
If you were Michael, you just would have started eating the cake.
I would have. Right there.
Just right off your
That's
face.
my Straight People Be Crazy.
Y'all, we appreciate y'all for listening to this show. A lot of you are coming at us. You want us to watch
Come at us.
You want to watch us to watch Love After Lockup. You want us to watch this
I've
show.
got 2 on my TiVo that I'm going to watch.
We hear you.
We don't-
Poodle and I have
we don't have
jobs.
enough hours.
We have to make money at our day jobs. We're doing the best we can.
As soon as we can make money off this motherfucker.
But just so you know, we are working. We have plans to do more, to be more. We're just, and the best way that you can help us do that is to share this show and tell people
We would
about it.
love that.
Because the more people that, here comes another popo.
Number 6, y'all.
So I hope people are okay. I hope the sheriffs are safe. But, y'all, people that share this on social media, that's just how we get the word out. The more listeners we have, then we can start getting advertisers, and then we can start making money on the show and quit our day jobs. That
Especially
would be great.
if you're on either Bravo Junkies or one of the other reality TV shows.
Yeah, or you're on the Facebook groups, or if you're on a Reddit post
if you're on
about
a Reddit post, those help more than anything in the world.
It really, really does. And we know because in the reviews, we're almost up to 200 reviews. People say,
I found
I
you
saw
on
on Reddit.
yeah.
I saw this on thing.
That's so
So-
helpful. We love that, guys.
We should leave a little, we should do a little post saying, where did you find us? And maybe that'll help us know where we need to
We need to
market
do that.
ourselves.
Yep.
We'll do that tonight. So I think that's
Anyway,
it, right?
and y'all, and remember,
if
if you're going through something
and you're looking for love in all the wrong places,
and if you just think about going overseas to find that, just call us before. We'll talk to you about it.
call us.
All right, bye. There.